The rain poured down hard that evening, soaking the empty streets in a silver mist. Neon lights flickered across puddles, and the steady rhythm of thunder filled the air. Inside a quiet roadside restaurant at the edge of town, warmth and chatter mixed with the smell of coffee and sizzling burgers. A small hand pressed against the window pane, delicate, trembling, almost invisible among the raindrops. It was the hand of a little girl. Her name was Emily, 8 years old, pale, quiet, and lost in a world that felt too big, too cruel, and too dark. She sat across from a man whose smile didn't reach his eyes, a man people assumed was her father. But Emily knew the truth, he was. Speech balloon like this story so far. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness for more true-hearted stories that will move your soul. The man's name was Carl. He looked ordinary enough, rugged beard, leather jacket, strong hands. But under that calm mask, something sinister hid. He kept whispering harshly under his breath every time Emily looked away. His tone was filled with threats, quiet enough so no one else could hear. Emily's little hands trembled as she clutched the edge of her seat, her eyes darting around the restaurant, searching, hoping someone would notice. That's when she saw them. In the corner booth sat 3 bikers, big, loud, dressed in black leather, their laughter echoing through the restaurant. To most, they looked intimidating. Tattoos, long beards, heavy boots, the kind of people others avoided. But to Emily they looked safe, because they were free. The youngest biker, Jake, noticed her first. He was joking with his brothers when he saw Emily's tiny face, pale and frightened, glancing their way again and again. Something about her eyes made his heart stop. They weren't just scared, they were pleading. Emily remembered something she had learned from her teacher months ago. If you ever feel unsafe, there's a secret signal you can use. Tuck your thumb into your palm and wrap your fingers over it. It means, help me. Her heart pounded. Her pulse roared in her ears. Slowly, as the man scrolled through his phone, she raised her hand slightly above the table, thumb folded in, fingers wrapping tightly over it. Jake froze. His laughter died mid-sentence. He had seen that signal before, a video online about a child giving that same gesture to escape danger. His gut clenched. He leaned toward his friend Mason and whispered, "Bro, look at the kid by the window. You see that?" Mason looked, his expression hardening. "That's the signal, ain't it?" Jake nodded. "Yeah, and whoever she's with, I don't think she wants to be." Carl noticed the girl's movement and hissed under his breath. "Put your hands down, don't draw attention." His grip tightened on her wrist, leaving faint red marks. She winced, biting her lip to keep from crying. The bikers exchanged looks. Without a word, they stopped eating. The laughter died down. Something heavy filled the air, a silent understanding between them. They had seen enough pain in their lives to know what fear looked like. When Carl stood up to pay the bill, he grabbed Emily by the arm. She flinched. That was all Jake needed. He got up and followed, pretending to head for the counter. Mason and Tank, the biggest of the 3, moved too, subtle, quiet, but alert. Outside, the rain still poured. Carl shoved Emily toward his truck, muttering curses under his breath. She stumbled, her small shoes splashing in puddles. That's when Jake's voice echoed through the storm. "Hey man, you dropped something." Carl turned annoyed. "What?" Jake's eyes were cold. "Your humanity." Carl frowned. "Mind your own business." He yanked the truck door open and pushed Emily inside. Mason stepped forward, his leather boots splashing against the wet asphalt. "See, that's the thing," he said quietly. "We don't look the other way when a kid's crying for help." Carl's hand twitched toward his pocket. Jake noticed. "Don't," he said, pulling his phone subtly. He had already texted the police and turned on his camera. Carl's tone turned aggressive. "You bikers think you can play hero. You have no idea who I am." Tank took a step forward, his towering frame casting a shadow. "Then maybe you should start by telling that little girl who you're not." For the first time, Carl hesitated. The rain fell heavier, muffling everything but the tension in the air. Emily sat frozen in the passenger seat, tears mixing with rain on her cheeks. Sirens wailed faintly in the distance, growing louder. Jake's heart raced as red and blue lights flashed through the storm. Carl tried to run, but Tank grabbed his arm and held him until the officers arrived. The police swarmed the scene, pulling Emily safely from the truck. She clung to Jake's leather jacket, sobbing into his chest. "Hey, you're okay now," Jake whispered softly. "You're safe." Later, as the police took Carl away, an officer approached the bikers. "You guys followed the signal." Jake nodded. "Yeah, she did it perfectly, smart kid." The officer smiled faintly. "You might have just saved her life." They stayed until Emily's aunt arrived, a tired woman with tears streaming down her face. She hugged her niece tight, whispering over and over, "You're safe now, baby. You're safe." Emily looked up at Jake, Mason, and Tank, her eyes still red but brighter. "Thank you," she whispered. "You heard me." Jake smiled. "We always do, kid. Sometimes the world just needs someone to listen." Speech balloon. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness. Your support helps more people discover stories that remind us kindness still exists. Months passed. The story made local news. Bikers save kid after she gives secret signal in restaurant. People praised the bikers as heroes, but Jake shrugged it off every time someone mentioned it. It wasn't hero stuff, he'd say. It was just seeing someone who needed help and not pretending you didn't. Sometimes, late at night, they'd pass by that same restaurant. The window lights glowed softly. Jake would imagine that little hand again, trembling, brave, and defiant against the dark. He'd smile to himself, whispering, "You did good, kid." Because that night wasn't just about saving a child. It was about something much bigger, proof that even in a world full of fear, there are people willing to stop, to look closer, to care. And that sometimes the smallest signal can save a life. Message: we never know what someone around us is going through. One small act of attention, 1 second of courage, one decision not to look away can change everything. If you ever see something that doesn't feel right, trust your gut. Kindness isn't about grand gestures. It's about noticing the quiet cries no one else hears. Because heroes aren't always in uniforms. Sometimes they ride motorcycles and answer silent signals in the rain.